Hi, my name is Abraham and I'm going to talk about bSmart, a smart diabetes management system. In its current form, it focuses mainly on type 1 diabetes management, and the goal of this project was to integrate data from different devices and analyze the data and provide a treatment option. Managing type 1 diabetes is a daily challenge. I know this firsthand because 2 years back, my then 4-year-old daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and since then it's been a daily challenge, mainly because the blood glucose levels keep fluctuating throughout the day, and it's really difficult to manage it within a controlled range. Diabetes in general is a very difficult disease to manage. It's the most expensive chronic disease in America today, and any improvement in the management of this disease would result in savings in healthcare costs for the society. IoT technology is a great tool for management of type 1 diabetes because typically a type 1 diabetic would carry 2, 3, or even 4 devices which capture data every few minutes. Number one, they typically carry an insulin pump which provides insulin every few minutes, and a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor, which captures blood glucose levels every 5 minutes, and also a manual glucometer which checks blood glucose through finger stick, and optionally a fitness monitor which can track activity. And currently there is no application that can integrate data from all these different devices, so I decided to go ahead and build a system that can integrate data from all these different systems and provide a treatment option to the diabetic. For this project, I decided to integrate 2 systems. One is an insulin pump, and one is a CGM. And I'm using a third-party Android app, which is developed by the good developers at Night Scout, which can extract data from insulin pump every 5 minutes, and that puts it into a MongoDB. And developed this Python script which can read this MongoDB every 2 minutes and post data onto an Azure IoT hub. And there are Azure functions which trigger off the IoT hub and calculate different calculations and predict the blood glucose level, and based on the predicted blood glucose level, provides a SMS text message to the diabetic or the caregiver. And for test purposes, I'm going to run this Python script which will simulate the device and run it. It's pulling data from a CSV file and it's sending data to Azure IoT Hub, and the IoT Hub is triggering this Azure function to load the data into a database, and the data is coming into the database. Let's see that. So the data is coming in, and we'll wait for all the data to go in. Now the data has all been loaded, and then finally a different Azure function runs typically every 10 minutes to do all the calculations and do the predictions, but we are going to run it manually here. And once I run this function, what it does is it sends a text message to the caregiver. You just heard the beeping. That I got the text message, and what the text message says is, if I go to the Twilio message, it says, let's see, it says I need to give more insulin to my daughter, and the way it does is it predicts the blood level in the next 2 hours, and if it's high, then it will predict I should give more insulin, and if it's going to be too low, then it predicts that we should give more juice. Now this is how the data looks that is loaded. The green line shows the actual blood glucose level, and the red line shows the predicted blood glucose level after 2 hours. And if you're wondering why it suddenly fell, it's because probably gave some insulin, so the predicted blood glucose level fell. So at the last point, what we are showing is the predicted blood glucose level is 203 after 2 hours, and the influencer is carbs, and the trend has shifted. It was insulin was having the most impact, but then it changed to carbs, and the predicted blood level went up, so that means we need to give more insulin right now. And the reason why I chose text messaging as a mode of delivery of the information is because sometimes it's my mother-in-law who's watching my daughter, or it's the nurse in the school, so I felt text messaging would be the most easy way to communicate to people who are not technical. And thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like the concept, please do vote for this project. Thank you.